When you're conducting qualitative work, it's not just about what people are saying. You're trying to find out their cognition behind how they act. You're trying to find out what they think, how they feel. So it helps to have lots of tools that allow you to unpack how someone's feeling. It's really difficult to ask someone, how do you feel about something, and have them give you an answer worth anything at all. The answers tend to be, I feel good, I feel bad. There's very little detail in the answers that are given. We like to use an arsenal of projective techniques to try to make people unpack how they feel about a specific issue. If you ask someone, how do you feel about pizza? The answer will be, I like pizza, or I don't like pizza, or I like that kind of pizza. But you're not really getting anything of consequence. You're not getting data that is really helpful in understanding how someone's perceptions are about that particular thing. So selecting a projective technique that will help you is really important. There are a whole bunch of projectives out there. People build collages, they talk about what's your favorite animal, what's your favorite place to be, and all these have benefits and detriments. One projective technique that I like to use when I'm moderating is I ask people to compare whatever we're talking about to an item in their fridge. Why? Number one, things that are food-based are sensory, and so they're very easy to talk about in terms of senses, in terms of textures, in terms of smells, in terms of sight, in terms of taste, right? But also, what's in someone's fridge is something they've selected, and people have their favorites, and they have things they like less. What's in someone's fridge is something they compare with other things. So, as a bad example, take a car brand, any car brand. If this car brand was an item in your fridge, what item would it be and why? Some people will say, oh yeah, that car brand it's like a jar of pickles. Okay, why? Well, it's polarizing, it's sour, or maybe they love pickles and a pickle is their favorite treat. Or maybe a pickle is something that they eat only in special occasions. So maybe that particular car is something they only use during special occasions. This is a one-off example that there are many things that can happen, but when you use any projective technique, it's really important to also unpack why. Because different people have different feelings about different items. I like having consumers compare things to things they like. I like having consumers compare things to things they have. I like having consumers compare things to elements that are relatively common and easy to build out some of the dimensions to. There's no one right way to do a projective exercise, but what's important is to really understand what is someone's rationale behind why they chose what they chose. There's no right or wrong answer. I also find projectives to be a very good exercise to use when you have a group of people. They actually work quite well as one of the initial exercises in a group exercise. They allow people to be more creative. They allow people to have a bit of stage moment also. Being involved in a research project as a participant can be a pretty unnerving experience. You're talking to a stranger, they're asking you all these probing questions. And a projective exercise is often a very good way to get people to lighten up, to be creative, to show you their flair for the dramatic. And that in itself opens them up a little bit more. Qualitative research is about personality. It's about digging apart a particular story. We do quite a bit of qualitative research. There's no one answer to all the problems. Everything is customized, everything is built for each particular client and each individual project. The projective exercise you choose, or the projective exercises you choose, should relate somewhat to whatever product you're talking about, or whatever idea you're talking about. There's no science to doing research like this. You have to be creative, you have to be fast on your feet, and you have to be willing to really dig to try to find that one insight, that one piece of information that is very difficult for a person to say out loud. Projective exercises can be one of the most useful tools in your arsenal.